everyone. My name is Hoang Thuy. I am a model, Miss Universe Vietnam 2019. Thank you so much for having me here. So, you may know me through some moments like tôi sẽ trở thành Việt Nam Next Top Model. I love New York. Or Hoang Thuy Việt Nam. Thank you so much. There are three moments in the way capture the journey of my growth. The transformation that many people have seen over the years. People often ask me, what helped you grow and become the better version of yourself? So today, I want to share with you the simple but powerful idea that had guided me throughout my life. Practice, make perfect. In Vietnamese, we said, có công mài sắt, có ngày nên kim. So, this is me, and this also me. So where did this transformation come from? Now, let me take you back to where it all began. I was born and raised in a poor countryside village in Thanh Hóa province. My early childhood was filled with mud, the earthy scent of the grass, and the strong smell of the farm animals. I remember when I was just 7 years old, I had to stay home alone while my parents were away selling agriculture goods. I stayed with my 5-year-old little sisters, a mother pig, and a flock of chickens. I cooked for my sister, feed the animal, and went to school on my own. And I remember being spanked by my mom for secretly following her. I would grab onto the back of her bike as she rode away. And that's why, you know what? My arms are so long today. And my body probably have to go further to match with those arms. And eventually I reached to 5 feet 10, which is perfect height for modeling. So that's my answer for people asking me why I'm so tall, right? Can you believe that? Okay, don't worry. I'm just kidding. But the memory with my mom are truly priceless. The life in the village through the eyes of a little girl felt so peaceful. And when I was 9, our family moved closer to a local market to start a small business. That's where my real life training truly began. The environment was complicated and challenging. I had to take a lot of new responsibilities. I became a street vendor, jumping bus to bus, selling bottled waters during Lunar New Year's or Christmas. My sister and I sold flowers and other items. In my spare time, I was babysit for the neighbors or go to the ponds to collect the water plant to feed our pig. I had to transform myself from an innocent countryside girl into someone who could adapt the realities of life. My childhood was far from glamorous. But at that time, I simply thought that I just had to work hard to earn money to go to school. But in the end, I have learned something very important during those 10 years. Nothing's come easy. To master in everything, you have to show up, put on a work again and again. Every small success requires effort. And the true reward isn't always money. It's the lesson you gain along the way. So, when I compete in Vietnam Next Top Model, when I walked in a runway, New York, London, Shanghai, or when I represent our country, Vietnam, in Miss Universe, it was those childhood experience gave me strength to keep moving forward. So I never been afraid to try into unfamiliar environments or take on a new challenge. Why? Because I have learned with practice, you can do anything. The real question is, are you patient enough, brave enough to trust the process? And now, let me talk with you about modeling, my profession. So, many people think being model is easy. You just wear beautiful clothes and walk, right? But in reality, model is complex job. Each outfit, each pair of shoes, each runway, they are all different. As a model, your job is to handle all the pressures, the pain, and the mistake without letting the audience notice. To shift all the attention back into the clothing and to tell story of designer through every step, every moment, and every look without saying a word. And to study the designer vision and try to embody people, the energy of the collection. So, how do you do that? The answer is practice. You train your body to remember every detail. So, I have been in this industry for 14 years. I work on both international stage and shows in Vietnam. The one thing I value deeply is rehearsal. When you rehearse properly, you getting the chance to fix 80% of your problem before the actual shows. According to research in psychology and neurosciences, this is called state-dependent memory. The idea that your brain recalls information and performs better when you are at the same physical and emotional state as the one you will be during in the real event. So, if you practice under real conditions, like walking in the actual high heels or the clothes you wear on the stage, your body and your mind will naturally adapt when you step on the runway. It all flows naturally. That's how the muscle memory is built. And not only does serious rehearsal help you grow your skill, it also helps the whole team. That is a real teamwork. It allows directors to perfect time the music, the lighting, and the entire sequences. But some people underestimate it. They show up just to walk to the list, or they don't show up at all. So my question is, why you waste that opportunity? I remember once during a show where the singer performed while the model walked it. By the time last model stepped on the runway, the music had already ended. Why? Because during rehearsal, some model rode flat shoes, so they walked faster. But on the actual day, with high heels and with heavy clothes, everything slowed down. So I don't say this to criticize anyone. I say this to remind you. Practice isn't just repetition. It's preparation. It's improvement. And it's giving you the best even when no one is watching. It's turning your mistake into your growth. So, and this idea doesn't only apply to modeling, it applies to life. Wherever you want to speak a new language, become a better leader, start a small business or big business, or simple grow as a person, you have to practice. You have to show up again and again. And when TEDxFPTUniversity invited me here, it became a challenge I had to truly overcome. Speaking in English isn't my strongest suit, but I have to deliver this speech well, so I'm practice hard. It's been a great learning journey for me. So I know talent can give you a start, but only practice will take you far. There are the times I want to give up, time I cry in the silence, time I think this part wasn't for me. But I remember that little girl with muddy feet chasing birds to birds, smiling, stealing snake. She doesn't have much, but she has courage. And that little girl keeps me going. So now, people ask me, what's my secret? I tell them, practice, patience, and purpose. You may not be perfect today, but you keep show up, keep learning, keep practicing. And one day, you will look back and amazed at how far you have come. And remember, practice doesn't make perfect overnight. It's make process, and process over time become your power. And now, let's all say it together. Can you guys help me? Practice, make perfect. Có công mài sắt, có ngày nên kim. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.